Good day, everyone, and welcome to Teaching PE and Health in the Elementary Grades. The first module for this course is Objectives of the Physical and Health Education. This is actually divided into two lessons. And for the objectives of this module, we'll be able to identify the objectives of physical and health education, and of course, reflect on how these objectives could be attained. No? This module, as I have said, is divided into two lessons. First, we will tackle the curriculum overview of the physical education. Second, we will have the discussion about health education objectives. To proceed with, this is the conceptual framework of the physical education curriculum. Okay, so this could be seen in the curriculum guide of PE 2016. No? The first lesson will revolve on this content. So as we can see, the very foundation of this conceptual framework is move to learn, learn to move. No? So later on, we will be discussing this one. And of course, we have here the, call this, we have here the approaches. No? So the content of these, or the teachers must embrace these objectives or approaches in order to attain this goal, no, which is the physical literacy. Okay, so towards a graduate who lives an active life for fitness and lifelong learning, to start with the self, radiates later on outwards to the family and school, the community, and of course to the society. Okay, so these are the strands, no, of the physical education in order for this goal, its physical literacy, to be attained. No? So physical education is embedded, no, in the kindergarten up to the grades 11 and 12. Okay, so these are the following PE topics, no, for discussion in this lesson. Okay, so we have here the K-12 Basic Education Program, an overview, the curriculum philosophy of the K-12 PE curriculum. Of course, we will tackle the learning outcomes, the K-12 PE curriculum priorities trends or standards, the learning approaches, and of course, the learning strands. As we can see, this is the goal of the K-12 curriculum as a whole, no? And not just for some subjects or not just for physical education as an example. So essentially the K-12 curriculum proposed in 2011 seeks to develop the following 21st century skills, no, among its learners. The goal is to develop, no, the 21st century skills. So this includes the cognitive skills of critical thinking, problem solving, and creative thinking. Also includes the social and interpersonal skills of communication, collaboration, leadership, and cross-cultural skills. No, we have also the self-management skills of self-monitoring and of course self-direction, no? As well as the task or project management skills and personal characteristics, which are part of ethics, civic responsibility, and accountability. So basically, the K to 12 curriculum as a whole in the basic education um, program, or the basic education program uh, needs to develop, no, these 21st century skills, the cognitive skills, the social skills or interpersonal skills, the self-management skills, and the personal characteristics, no, which are part of the ethics, civic responsibility, and accountability. So this is the overview of the K to 12, as I have said, curriculum, no, as a whole, not just for the PE subject. Okay, so later on we will compare, no, this overview or this goal to the goal of the PE curriculum. Let us now have the curricular philosophy of K to 12 PE curriculum, and it is to achieve and maintain health-related fitness and optimize health. And lastly, the move to learn, learn to move concept. No? And as we all know, fitness and movement education content, ito yung core, no? The very core of the K to 12 PE curriculum, fitness and movement education. This includes not limited to the value, the knowledge, the skills, and experiences, no, in physical activity participation. These uh, the value, the knowledge, the skills, and experiences in physical activity participation uh, helps, no, in achieving, no, the health and maintaining uh, health related fitness as well as optimizing health, no? So hindi lamang yan nag-end sa achievement sa pag-acquire ng mga health related fitness, but of course to maintain, no. And yeah, in particular kasi it hopes, no, the curriculum of the PE education or the physical education uh, hopes, no, to instill understanding of bakit nga ba or ano nga ba yung importance ng HRF, no, so that si learner ay may translate niya yung HRF knowledge into action. So natutunan niya yung health related fitness, tapos after niya matutunan yan, kailangan niya yan gawin, no, or i-act niya, not just sa self, di ba? Kita natin, hindi lang sa sarili, kundi pati sa family, sa school, sa community na ginagalawa niya, and in the society as a whole. Kaya nga, pinakamahalaga in order for this to attain, no, and maintain is the self-management skill, no. Kailangan yan self-management skills. Tapos, the curriculum also recognizes the view that fitness and healthy physical activity behaviors must take the family and other must take yeah, towards, no, the family and other environmental settings katulad ng school, community, and of course the larger society. Kailangan yan i-consider, no? Kaya yeah, this curricular orientation, yeah, this is a paradigm shift, no, from the previous sports dominated PE curriculum. Dati kasi ang PE curriculum ay intended lang to develop athletes, no, for athletic achievements. Ngayon, hindi na. Ngayon ang philosophy is to achieve and maintain health-related fitness, not just for athletic achievement. Okay? And this move to learn is the context, no, of physical activity as the means for learning. While yung learning to move or learn to move naman embodies the skills and techniques and the acquisition of understanding that are kailangan, no, to participation in a variety of physical activities, which includes yung exercise, yung games, yung sports, dance, and of course the recreation. Okay, so let's move down to the learning outcomes. So let's compare first, or let's go back first to the view or the goal of the K to 12 curriculum. No, so yun yung to develop the 21st century skills of of cognitive skills such as critical thinking, problem solving, and creative thinking. Tapos the development of interpersonal skills, no, such as social or interpersonal skills such as the communication, collaboration, leadership, and the cross-cultural skills. No? And of course, pangatlo, we have the self-management skills or self-monitoring skills. Kasama na dun yung self-direction. As well as yung mga personal characteristics that must be developed, no, as part of the 21st century skills. No? Okay, so now, this is the goal of the physical education curriculum in the K-12 program. It seeks to develop the student skills in accessing. There's a need for accessing, no, synthesizing and evaluating information, no, making informed decisions, enhancing and advocating their own and others' fitness and health. So not just on their own, no, so not just their own physical and or the fitness, their own fitness and health, but of course the fitness and health of others, no. Kaya nga pag natutunan mo to, the idea is kapag natutunan within the self, it radiates outwards, no, to the family and school, to the community, and of course to the society as a whole, no. Kaya nga there is this development of the advocacy, no, the learners must advocate also in their development, no, using or under the K to 12 PE curriculum, in their development under this curriculum, they will be able to advocate, no, fitness and health to others, not just for themselves, no. And of course, as part of the learning outcomes, the knowledge, understanding, and skills, these underpin, no, the competence, the confidence, and commitment required of all students to live an active life for fitness and health. Okay? And of course, the K to 12 curriculum prioritizes the following standards. So we have the creation of habits, the valuation of physical activities, the competence of uh, the learners, no, in movement, no, and of course the understanding of these various movements, concepts, principles, and strategies. So first of these standards is the habitual physical activity participation, of course, to achieve and maintain health enhancing levels of fitness, no. So not just ituturo siya inside the classroom, but allow the teacher must have the competency or the competence, to create activities wherein the students will, or the activities are very engaging, wherein the students will participate, no, and eventually creates the habit of in order to maintain health enhancing levels of fitness, no. So you teach how what are the proper postures, 'di ba? How you do simple jogging, how you do simple running, and eventually these activities, no, wherein the students or the learners are engaged in, will become their own habit, no. Kasi nga not just to achieve, 'di ba? The fitness really health related fitness, but of course in order to maintain, no, not just achieve but maintain. Okay, so and of course they have one of the standards also is the competence, no, in movement and motor skills, no. These are movement and motor skills are requisites, no, kailangan, no, in order to achieve, no, various physical or in uh, various physical activity performances. Okay, so in order for uh, to have this habit of physical activity participation, kailangan munang ma-acquire yung required movement and motor skills, no? Para makasali. Okay? And of course, they will be able to value, no, physical activities not for enjoyment, and not just for enjoyment, no, but for challenge, social interaction. This is very important, no? The social interaction and the career opportunities. Okay? And of course, I would just like to highlight, no, the social interaction and career opportunities. No? So the valuation of physical activities is not just hopefully the curriculum is hopeful, no, uh, and that these could be attained, no, as a standard, that valuation for physical activities will not just be uh, limited to enjoyment, no, or challenges, but to include social interaction and career opportunities. Okay, so nowadays medyo mahirap yan i-attain because of the current pandemic. However, the teacher in the basic education must be competent enough, no, to learn the approaches applicable to PE, no, in order to achieve these standards. And of course, lastly, not just doing the activity, not just uh, making it a habit, no, and not just acquiring the requisite skills, but of course to understand various movement concepts, principles, strategies, and tactics, no, as they apply to the learning of physical activity. So when you understand the concepts, you will be able to do it as a habit, no, and later on kapag na-address na-meet yung standards na to, there will be health-related fitness. Okay, so physical literacy, these are the approaches, no? As we have mentioned or as we had seen earlier doon sa ating what do you call this, sa ating slides, no, relative to the sa slides natin ng conceptual framework. Okay, so these are the learning approaches. Yeah, the physical literacy. Actually, this is the goal, no? Okay, so the approaches are the developmentally appropriate activities, the inclusive approach, the self-regulated, and self-directed, no? And of course, the activity-based skills, no? So physical literacy consists of movement, motor, and the activity-specific skills, no? In the early grades, the learners are taught the what, the why, and how of the movement, no? So tinuturo ano ba yan, bakit yan ginagawa, and paano yan gagawin. So this, the what, why, and how of the movements progresses, no, to understanding of the why. Diba? Kasi nga, the curriculum is spiral, no? The characteristic of the K to 12 curriculum is spiral, no? In increasing levels of difficulties. Okay, so from teaching the what, why, and how, this progresses to understanding of the why, no, of the movement, no? So which is achieved by developing more mature movement and more motor skills in a wide range and variety of exercises, no, such as sports and dance activities to specifically enhance, no, physical or fitness parameters, no. So hindi lang yan nagkasya doon sa the basic concepts of doing the basic running o di kaya for example, the balance, no, the stork balance, the 3-minute step test. Hindi lang yan nag-i-end doon, no? Hindi lang yan pinapaalam, okay class, ito yung proper posture kapag nagja-jog ka, proper posture kapag tumatakbo ka, or proper posture kapag naglalakad ka. Hindi lang siya limited sa ganon. But it increases, no? So, bakit nga ba ganito dapat ang tamang paglalakad? Bakit nga ba ito dapat yung tamang pagtakbo or jogging, 'di ba? So, later maiintindihan nila 'yan, and pag naintindihan nila 'yan, nagkakaroon na ng nade-develop na yung movement patterns and skills, yung motor skills, nade-develop na in such a way na may i-apply na nila 'yan sa wide range or sa variety of exercises. Say for example, yung mga sprint, 'di ba? Yung other activities pa which involves uh, which involves pero not limited to running, jogging, and walking, no? So marami pang iba't ibang mga activities yan. So the learners build on these knowledge and skills in order to plan, in order to set goals and monitor their participation in physical activities, no? So there, ma-realize nila, dapat sumali ako sa ganito kasi I have this skill na, 'di ba? So sali sa mga exercises, sa mga sports and dance activities, no? And constantly evaluate how well they have integrated these activities to their personal lifestyle. So for example, later makikita na natin yung mga estudyante natin sumasali na sa like Zumba, 'di ba? And makikita natin na na-develop na yung dancing skills nila, na-develop na yung mga sports related skills nila, 'di ba? So this implies na dapat magkaroon ng provision for ongoing and developmentally appropriate activities, no? So sa PE, in teaching the PE competencies, no? Dapat developmentally appropriate yung mga activities so that the learners can practice, they can create, they can apply and evaluate the knowledge, no, understanding, and the skills necessary to maintain and enhance, of course, their own as well as others' fitness and health, no, through, of course, participation in the physical activities. Of course, for the inclusive approach, no, the curriculum also allows for an inclusive approach. Kasi that understands no and respect the diverse range of learners. So we have to accept the fact, no, consider the fact that yung mga activities na ginagamit natin or approaches na ginagamit natin or strategies na gagamitin natin ay hindi one size fits all. No, there is the diversity of classroom. Kaya yung gagamitin natin ay inclusive approach. No, so there are students na kayang there are students with varying levels no of doing activities. Say for example, merong mga mabilis tumakbo, may mabagal tumakbo. Ano-ano yung mga factors nito? Meron yung iba may mga health constraints, yung iba physical no ang constraints no or physical din yung nagbo-boost ng kanilang kung bakit sila ganun ka-active or bakit sila magaling sa ganitong part no. So, therefore, the program takes into account dapat or the program takes into account their needs, their strengths, and of course their abilities. No? So this is to ensure only that all learners have equivalent opportunities and choices in physical education. Hindi dahil may mga kinoconsider kasi tayong mga students no na mahirap or hindi agad nakukuha yung mga skills no. Pero hindi ibig sabihin noon na hindi sila magkakaroon ng equal opportunity and choices no in the physical education. Hindi lang to para sa mga malalakas, mabibilis, no? Para din to sa mga may mga constraints, okay? So the curriculum emphasizes the knowing the what, no? Ano 'yan? Knowing the how and knowing the why of the specific movement, no? So it focuses on developing the learner's understanding also of how the body responds, how the body adjusts, and how the body adapts to the physical activities. So this will equip no, the learners to become self-regulated, self-directed, and as a result of knowing what should be done and actually doing it. No? So it is the learners, no, the learners are equally confident no, in influencing their peers, their family, kasi nga na-develop na nila yung self-management skills, self-regulation, self-direction. Na-develop na nila yan kapag na-develop nila yan within the self. Babalikan natin yung conceptual framework, di ba? Yung physical literacy ma-develop within the self tapos mag-radiate outwards, no? Sa kanilang family, sa kanilang immediate community, and ultimately to the society. No? So these are the valuable 21st century skills no, which the K-12 PE curriculum aspires for the learners to develop. Okay. Let's move now to the learning strands. No? So these are the learning strands. These are all available no sa curriculum guide. You can actually read this no. So we will no longer discuss this one. And the acquisition of the physical literacy serves as the foundation no, for lifelong physical activity. Bakit siya lifelong? Kasi it doesn't end in achieving, but it settles no, in maintaining the health-related fitness. Kaya nga, lifelong physical activity participation. Which is critical no, to maintaining and promoting health. Kasi nga, health and physical education goes hand in hand. Okay? Kapag okay yung physical activities mo, kapag na-acquire mo yung mga physical education competencies, skills, and knowledge, then magkakaroon ka ng lifelong health literacy din. Thus, sa senior high school, ang PE curriculum is integrated or yung health curriculum, yung mga health strands, if you could remember your senior years, yung health strand sa senior high school is integrated in the PE curriculum. No? So the strand optimizes the learner's potential for health and well-being and contributes to building healthy, active communities. No? Kaya nga yung course title ng PE sa senior high ay HOPE no or Health Optimizing PE or physical education. Okay, so I've reached the last slide of the first lesson of the first module. No? See you on the next discussion. Stay safe, everyone.